Ahoy there, mateys. I'm Captain Storyteller, and I'm about to take you on a swashbuckling adventure that'll make your imagination set sail. Have you ever dreamed of finding buried treasure? Well, buckle up, because we're about to embark on a journey that LL have you saying shiver me timbers before you can even hoist the Jolly Roger. Now, picture this. It's a bright, sunny day in the sleepy coastal town of Whispering Cove. Our young heroes, Zayan, Amina, and Hamza, are on a school trip to the town's dusty old museum. They're expecting a boring day of looking at old paintings and rusty anchors. But little do they know, they're about to stumble upon the adventure of a lifetime. As they wander through the dimly lit halls, Zayan notices something peculiar. Behind a creaky display case, there's a faded piece of parchment peeking out. "Hey guys, come look at this," he whispers excitedly. Amina and Hamza huddle around as Zayan carefully pulls out what turns out to be an ancient pirate map. But this isn't just any old map. Oh no. This map reveals the secret location of the legendary treasure of Captain Stormbeard, the most feared and mysterious pirate to ever sail the seven seas. The kids' eyes widen as they trace the dotted line across islands, through treacherous waters, all the way to a big red X marked Skull Island. Just as they're trying to make sense of the map, something extraordinary happens. A flash of colorful feathers swoops down from a nearby exhibit, and before they know it, a parrot with eyes as bright as polished emeralds is perched on Hamza's shoulder. "Squawk, you landlubbers need a guide?" the parrot says, ruffling its feathers importantly. The kids jump back in surprise. "You can talk," Amina gasps. "Of course I can talk. I'm Squawk, the smartest bird this side of the Atlantic, and I know all about that map you've got there." The parrot replies with a wink, and just like that, our adventure truly begins. With a talking parrot as their guide and a treasure map in hand, Zayan, Amina, and Hamza know they're in for the ride of their lives. But first, they need a ship. Now, you might be wondering, how are three kids and a parrot going to build a pirate ship? Well, let me tell you, when you've got determination, teamwork, and a little bit of magic, anything is possible. Over the next few days, our young adventurers gather materials from all over town. Old planks from Mr. Johnson's barn, some spare cloth from Mrs. Lee's tailor shop, and even a steering wheel from Captain Greybeard's junkyard. With Squawk's guidance, they managed to construct a ship that would make even the toughest pirate proud. As dawn breaks on a misty morning, Zayan, Amina, and Squawk set sail on their homemade vessel, which they've christened the Whispering Wind. The salty sea breeze fills their sails, and the thrill of adventure courses through their veins. Little do they know, the seven seas have plenty of surprises in store for them. Their first challenge comes in the form of a monstrous storm. Dark clouds gather overhead, and waves as tall as mountains threaten to capsize their ship. But our heroes aren't about to give up that easily. Zayan takes the helm, steering with all his might. Amina and Hamza work together to secure the sails while Squawk flies ahead, guiding them through the tempest with his keen eyesight. As they emerge from the storm, soaked but victorious, they find themselves face to face with their next obstacle, the Riddle Rocks. These mysterious stone formations are known to confound even the most experienced sailors. To pass safely, they must solve the riddle carved into the largest rock. "I have cities, but no houses. I have mountains, but no trees. I have water, but no fish. What am I?" The kids scratch their heads, puzzled, but then Amina's eyes light up. "I know!" she exclaims. "It's a map!" As soon as she speaks the answer, the rocks part, revealing a safe passage through. "Well done, me hearty!" Squawk cheers, doing a little victory dance on the ship's railing. But their challenges are far from over. As they sail into the mermaid's lagoon, they're greeted by a group of curious mermaids. These magical creatures offer to help them on their journey, but only if the kids can prove their worth by singing a sea shanty. Now, Zayan may be brave and Amina may be clever, but Hamza has the voice of an angel. He takes a deep breath and belts out a rousing rendition of "What Shall We Do with the Drunken Sailor?" The mermaids are so impressed that they not only let the ship pass, but also gift the kids with a magical compass that always points towards their heart's desire. Just as our heroes are starting to feel invincible, a chilling fog rolls in, eerie shapes begin to form in the mist. And before they know it, they're surrounded by a fleet of ghost ships. These are the spirits of Captain Stormbeard's old crew, determined to keep the treasure hidden forever. The ghost pirates are led by the fearsome first mate Blackheart, a spectral figure with a hook for a hand and eyes that glow like embers. "Turn back now," he growls, his voice echoing across the waves. "Or face the wrath of the undead." For a moment, fear grips our young adventurers. But then Zayan steps forward, holding the map high. "We've come too far to turn back now," he declares. "This treasure doesn't belong to you anymore. It belongs to history, to adventure, to dreamers like us." His words seem to strike a chord with some of the ghostly crew. A few of them begin to waver, their forms flickering like candles in the wind. Seeing this, Amina has an idea. She pulls out an old history book from her backpack and begins to read aloud the true story of captains. As she reads about the captain's adventures, his acts of kindness, and his ultimate sacrifice to save his crew, more and more of the ghost pirates begin to fade away, finding peace at last. Even Blackheart, touched by the tale, lowers his sword. "Perhaps," he says softly, "it is time for new adventurers to find the treasure. Good luck, young ones." And with that, he and the remaining ghosts vanish into the mist. With the ghost pirates gone and their path clear, our heroes finally approach Skull Island. It looms before them, a mass of jagged rocks and dense jungle, with a mountain shaped like a giant skull at its center. As they drop anchor and row ashore, the air is thick with anticipation. Following the map, they trek through the jungle, swinging on vines, crossing rickety bridges, and narrowly avoiding quicksand. Finally, they reach the mouth of a massive cave shaped like a skull. "This is it, me hearties," Squawk announces. "The final challenge awaits." Inside the cave, they find themselves in a vast chamber. In the center stands an enormous treasure chest, but it's locked tight with a complex puzzle mechanism. Carved into the stone wall above it is Captain Stormbeard's final riddle. To claim the treasure, prove your worth, not with gold, but what you've learned. Each key a lesson, each lock a test. Only the wisest shall open this chest. The kids realize that the puzzle requires them to use all the knowledge and skills they've gained on their journey. Zayan uses his bravery and leadership to arrange the puzzle pieces. Amina applies her cleverness and historical knowledge to decipher the clues. Hamza's musical talents help him recognize a pattern in the mechanism that mimics a sea shanty. And Squawk, well, he provides encouragement, comic relief, and the occasional hint. As they work together, they can hear the ghost pirates approaching. The spirits have changed their minds and are determined to stop them once and for all. The cave begins to shake, stalactites falling from the ceiling. Time is running out. With a final twist and a resounding click, the chest springs open. Just as the ghost pirates burst into the chamber, a blinding light fills the cave, forcing everyone to shield their eyes. When the light fades, the ghost pirates are gone, and the treasure chest stands open before them. But what's inside isn't quite what they expected. Yes, there are gold coins and precious gems, but sitting atop it all is an old leather-bound book and a letter. Amina picks up the letter and reads it aloud. "To the brave souls who've found my treasure, I congratulate you on your measure, but gold and jewels, they tarnish and fade. The real treasure is the journey you've made. In this book, you'll find stories untold of adventures and friends worth more than gold. Foreknowledge, you see, is the greatest treasure of all. It opens more doors than riches ever could call. So take what you need, but leave the rest for other dreamers to begin their quests. Remember always, as you sail life's sea, the greatest adventures are yet to be." As Amina finishes reading, they all look at each other, tears in their eyes and smiles on their faces. They realize that Captain Stormbeard was right. The real treasure wasn't the gold or jewels, but the incredible journey they had taken together. They decide to take only the book of stories and a single gold coin each as a memento. The rest, they leave for future adventurers to find. As they sail back home, their hearts are full of excitement for the new adventures that await them. And so, my young friends, that's the tale of Captain Stormbeard's treasure. Remember, The greatest adventures aren't always about finding gold or fighting pirates. They're about discovering the treasure within yourself. Your courage, your cleverness, your kindness, and your ability to work together with your friends. So, what adventure will you embark on next? What mysteries will you uncover? What treasures will you find? The world is full of wonders, just waiting for brave, curious kids like you to explore them. And who knows? Maybe one day, you'll have your own tales of adventure to tell. Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and always remember, the greatest treasure of all is the journey itself. Exciting, adventurous, full of mystery, and packed with life lessons that inspire kids to love learning and exploration.